the headlines today, Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists released pictures of abducted soldiers and YOBE protocol officers. Central Bank of Nigeria stops sales of Forex to bureau exchange operators, accuses them of illegal dealings. And on the foreign scene, Indonesia records 2,069 COVID-19 virus deaths in 24 hours. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Aisha Salihu. For more news, follow us across all of our social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Now the news and details. Elements of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists have released pictures of two soldiers and YOBE liaison officer abducted along Damaturu-Maiduguri Highway on Saturday. The insurgents also released the identity cards of their abductees. In the display of the ID cards, two of the cards belong to Meilali, one for Mustafa, while the other belongs to LPCL Oyediran Adedotun of the Nigerian Army. The ID card of the fourth abductee was not cited from the list of the cards provided by the insurgents. The police command in Imo State has confirmed the death of CSP Fatman Duiyo, a divisional police officer, in an attack in Oru East local government area of the state. The command also said 6 bandits died in the attack when they engaged the police in a gun duel, while 11 others were arrested. Police Commissioner Abutu Yaro confirmed the incident in a statement signed by the command spokesperson CSP Michael Abatam on Tuesday. He said tactical teams of the command had been mobilized to comb the communities in the area to arrest other bandits who fled into the bush. Abduction of traditional ruler of Jaba chiefdom in Kaduna State, Pomham Danladi Maude, has sent fears to the whole community that no one is safe any longer. The news of the abducted traditional ruler is coming a few days after the abduction of Emir of Kajuru, also in Kaduna State. Daily Trust correspondent Lami Sadiq has the situation reports.
This is yet another abduction incident of a monarch in Kaduna State. This time around, the Cobham of the Ham people in Jaba local government area, Danladi Jonathan Maudi, was abducted in his farmland in Nasarawa State. The Kaduna State Police Command say they are working with their counterparts in Nasarawa State to see to the release of the monarch. Also, we learned this morning that the Kaduna State Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, has visited Jaba local government area on a confidence building and also to sympathize with the people. Remember, this is coming barely 2 weeks after the abduction of another monarch, the Sarkin Kajuru, Alhaji Al-Hassan Adamu, who was abducted together with 30 members of his family. The Sarkin Kajuru was released about 48 hours after the abduction, but 13 members of his family are still in captivity, with the bandits demanding 30 million naira for their release. This all happened at a time that also bandits stormed Bethel Baptist Academy in Cheung local government area of Kaduna State and abducted about 121 students. So far, 28 of the students were released on Sunday, with 3 of the students having escaped the bandits, then have reunited with their family members. But the school authority is saying that at least 84 students are still in captivity.
Away from security matters, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, PACAC, said retail corruption in private and public sectors of the Nigerian economy must be addressed before the country can move forward. To achieve this, the Council in a virtual meeting with other stakeholders discussed ways and how the problem can be curbed in the society. Executive Secretary of PACAC, Sadiq Isa Radda, and Executive Chairman, Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, explained why people engage in corruption.
As a people, we should reject this idea of scavenging on each other while we render service to our people. Therefore, the committee, the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, believes that corruption in this form should be fought because it will add value to the quality of the lives of the citizens, and it will make people even more patriotic to the country. It will make people more committed to the nation because as citizens, they are being catered for. For us to have, little or no retail corruption, then the citizens must be law-abiding.
Economic corruption, which the situation of the economy pushes the citizenry to embark on. It has been said that when you make doing the right thing difficult, you make doing the wrong thing attractive. We need to fight grand corruption in order to stem the tide of retail corruption. People need to understand what corruption means. Any act of dishonesty is corruption. Then you have to look at it. Is corruption justifiable at any level? Okay? People the public officials that aid and abet grand corruption.
You're watching Trust TV News Updates, coming up after the break. Court adjourns YOBE's case to August 11 and 12. Do stay with us.
My name is Samuel Dada. Yakubu Isa, ana mana kabi da jeje. Aminu Musa. A wannan harkar ce muke dan samun abinci, an muke taimaka mu wasu da yawa. Looking for private jobs. Sometimes you get employed and the process of payment, you undergo some kind of stress.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Here is a recap of some of our top stories. We told you that Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists have released pictures of the two soldiers and YOBE liaison officer abducted along Damaturu-Maiduguri highway on Saturday. Moving on to more news stories. Now in business, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it has stopped forex sales to bureau de change operators in the country. Kaduna, governor of the Apex Bank, announced that at the end of the Monetary Policy Committee's meeting on Tuesday in Abuja, the MPC retained the monetary policy rate at 11.5% at the end of the meeting. It also retained the cash reserve ratio and liquidity ratio at 27.5% and 30% respectively. Speaking on the decision to stop forex sales to the BDCs, Emefiele said the MPC noted with disappointment and great concerns that the BDCs had defeated their purpose of existence to provide forex to retail users, but instead had become wholesale and illegal dealers. In an interview with Trust TV, Michael Kelly Kume, a business analyst, speaks on the implication of the CBN's decision to stop forex change to bureau de change operators.
A lot of round tripping go through the bureau de change operators. You get money from the official rates from CBN and commercial banks. You take it to the bureau de change, they exchange for you, you make good flow from it. Most of the bureau de change operators are very greedy, they're selfish, they're self-centered. All they think about is how to make money and all that. You can see there are two parallel exchange rates, black market rates and then official rates. And the figures, the disparity is very, very high. Outright banning I think it's a little bit too harsh. What they should have just done, they should have just looked for the defaulters amongst them and banned those defaulters. So the complete ban on sale of FX to them is, while it's right, but it's still very, very harsh. So I hope by the time the situation calms down, they'll be able to shift the good from the bad and the ugly. However, I will assure you and let you know that most BDC operators are very greedy, self-centered, and all they think about is money. A lot of terrible transactions go around with these BDC operators. A whole lot. Inflows, outflows, abuse of currencies, mismanagement, exchange of funds by government officials, and all that is actually the right step in the right direction for them. I know governors, ministers who call on these business operators to convert money to dollars for them so they can keep in their home. In a way, it's the right thing that should have been done. But then there are still good BDC operators that should, accommodated.
This court in Ikeja have adjourned the alleged child molestation case against embattled Nollywood actor Olanrewaju Omiyinka, popularly known as Baba Ljesha, till August 11 and 12. Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo adjourned the matter after Princess was cross-examined by Baba Ljesha's defense counsel. Baba Ljesha, actress Yaba Ojo, and other supporters were in court as Princess explained how she set up the CCTV that reportedly recorded the act. She also stated the minor on 2 occasions was harassed by a neighbor in December 2020. The Nigerian Law School has revealed that 681 students who sat for the December 2020 bar final examinations did not pass. The Director General of the school, Professor Isa Chiroma, said this on Tuesday in Abuja while presenting the graduating lawyers to the body of benches at the 2020 call to the bar ceremony. He said that 1,561 students participated in the examination, but only 880 were successful to be called to the Nigerian bar. The Kaduna State government says it will ensure that the freed students of the Bethel Baptist High School write the ongoing NECO examination. This is contained in a statement issued by the Commissioner for Education, Dr. Shehu Mohammed, on Tuesday. He said the state government was working with the council towards achieving this. He also assured those whose children were still being held by the kidnappers that the state government would do the needful to ensure their safe release. The federal government has called for the support of Nigeria's development partners through their high commissions and embassies to strengthen the implementation of programs to protect the environment. Minister of Environment Dr. Mohammed Abubakar made the call on Monday at the inauguration of Nigeria's National Reduced Emission, Deforestation and Forest Degradation plus Strategy document in Abuja.
Like many other nations, are suffering from the effect of climate change today, that we are committed to protecting and improving our own natural environment for the benefit of Nigerians, while also combating global climate change, and that we are eager to partner with others in supporting this effort. Nigeria is willing to raise the ambitions in this area, but cannot do so without international support and collaboration, for which the UK government should be able to provide and or deploy its network in making this happen.
Shubham Chowdhury, Country Director for Nigeria World Bank, said that the strategy document would enhance efforts to address environmental challenges, especially climate change in the country. Chowdhury, who was represented by Dr. Motovani, said the World Bank would support the ministry in the implementation of its projects, both technically and financially.
Of Nigeria to the global agenda for mitigation. Also a great opportunity to initiate new access to carbon finance for Nigeria.
In her remarks at the event, Minister of Women Affairs and Youth Development, Pauline Tallinn, said her ministry would participate in and support the implementation of RED programs.
Promoting LPG National Cooking Gas Project of the Federal Government of Nigeria, create awareness and sensitize rural populations, especially rural communities, on the effects of fuel, wood, or health and the environment. Stimulate the use of clean cookstoves that comply with emission rates as recommended by the World Health Organization to help reduce drudgery and household air pollution and deaths.
Moving on to the foreign scene on coronavirus pandemic, Indonesia records 2,069 coronavirus deaths in 24 hours as Southeast Asian countries face the worst COVID-19 surge since the pandemic began. Tuesday's rigorous tally was nearly 600 more than the previous day, surpassing last week's daily record of 1,566, Ministry of Public Health said. New infections also surged from about 28,000 on Monday to just over 45,000. The data came after Indonesia loosened its virus control this week by allowing small shops, street-side restaurants, and some shopping malls to reopen after a 3-week partial lockdown. And in China, the China-U.S. relationship is in a stalemate, fundamentally as some Americans portray China as an imagined enemy. Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Xi
seems that the United States only
Xi
thinks
said
about
this during
addressing its own
talks with United States Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman.
Do bad things and get good results. How's that even possible? Said Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Xie Feng, urging the United States to change its highly misguided mindset and dangerous policy. Xie made the remarks on Monday during talks with U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman, who's on a visit to North China's port city of Tianjin from July 25th to 26th. In terms of the United States' competitive, collaborative, and adversarial rhetoric, Xie said this is a thinly veiled attempt to contain and suppress China. The Chinese people feel that the real emphasis is on the adversarial aspect. The collaborative aspect is just expediency, and the competitive aspect is a narrative trap, he said. The U.S. policy seems to be demanding cooperation when it wants something from China, decoupling, cutting off supplies, blockading or sanctioning China when it believes it has an advantage, and resorting to conflict and confrontation at all costs, he added. What the world needs most is solidarity and cooperation, for humanity are passengers in the same boat, according to Xie. China wants to work with the United States to seek common ground while shelving the differences, he said. The U.S. side needs to change course and work with China on the basis of mutual respect and embrace fair competition and peaceful coexistence with China.
Lastly, in sports news, citizens in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region gathered in public squares celebrating the first gold medal won by Hong Kong-China delegation in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Cheung Ka-leung from China's Hong Kong won gold in the men's fall individual fencing in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games on Monday. It is also the first Olympic gold medal for Hong Kong since its return to the motherland. Cheung was the men's falls individual champion at the 2016 Asian Fencing Championships, the first Hong Kong fencer to win the gold medal in the event. In 2018, he won a bronze medal in men's foil individual competition in the Asian Games. We've come to the end of the news update. Don't forget to follow us for more news on all of our social media platforms. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thanks for joining us.